Well, you gonna throw a rock? Hey, that's pretty good. What'd you wish, Mary?
Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight?
Dance by the light of the moon. What'd you wish when you threw that rock?
Oh, no.
Come on, tell me.
If I told you, it might not come true.
What is it you want, Mary? What do you want? You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down. Hey, that's a pretty good idea. I'll give you the moon, Mary.
I'll take it.
Hey everybody, I'm Jay Bullington.
And I'm Keith Carcino, and we want to know,
Have you seen this one?
It's so funny to be doing a Christmas movie. I got to get this edited and out there because it's like, Christmas is 2 days away.
Oh man, that's right. Hey, it doesn't be right on Christmas. The Christmas season continues to last through the first of the year, I would say.
It does. It does. Okay. Well, everybody, welcome. Welcome to HYSTO. I'm Jay Bullington.
I'm Keith Carcino.
And we have our great friend Shawna West with us today. Yay.
Thank you for bringing me back, boys. It's
of
like
course.
How many years in a row of coming around Christmas?
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it.
Keep the fun
I think it's
going.
like four, maybe.
Yeah?
4
I
years
think it
for
might be.
Christmas.
I think it might
Four
be.
Christmases
Yeah.
in a row?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're our Christmas
worried
girl.
that
It's our Christmas tradition.
I was worried that Kirk Cameron might make her never want to come back again, but hey,
Kirk
she's
Cameron
still
makes me want to come back every year.
Oh, for not the reasons that people might think.
I can't wait for Saving Christmas too.
That was the
Sean
best
and I-
Christmas episode ever.
Oh my
I
God.
have to agree. I really enjoyed it for how bad those movies are. Sometimes the best conversations arise out of it.
It was so bad, but Keith, you were also in the studio with us at that time.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right.
We were in together. Yeah, that's right.
That made it extra special. That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, and Keith will be here soon, and we will get to hang out with him soon.
That'd
Yay!
be great. Maybe we can even get together and maybe record, or
yeah.
even if not,
That's a great
together.
idea, y'all.
If it works out, that'd be great. I'll be there for probably 3 or 4 weeks. I think it'll be. Yeah. So
Okay. We need to pick a movie for that. We need to pick a movie for that.
okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Meanwhile, what's been entertaining you lately? Shawna, what's been entertaining you?
So I went and saw Wicked.
Oh
2
God,
weeks ago.
yes.
Yeah,
I've already
yeah,
seen
yeah.
it 3 times.
Oh my gosh! I think we know how Jay feels about it.
I know. I was trying to get Jay to come watch it with me a 4th time, but it's amazing. So I had read the novels by, what was it, Tom McGuire? I'd read the
I
novels a long time ago. Yeah, Gregory Maguire. I'd read the novels. Like there's several novels that are, there's like 4 or 5 in this series.
I think there's at least 4 or 5. Yeah.
And so I started revisiting those novels in audiobook form, and then realized that Gregory Maguire has a whole collection of fictional stories about other fairy tales like Snow White, and
Cool. Okay.
he has
Really?
one. He has one
I didn't
on
know that.
Scrooge. It's called Lost, and it's about Scrooge. And
Really?
Oh, okay.
yeah. And he also has one, Alice in Wonderland. So, like, this is his jam. So I'm just kind of
Okay.
slowly going through his novels right now.
That's really interesting. I didn't know this. I mean, I know the novel Wicked. I have not read the others, but I did not realize that he had like a whole series of these things, fairy tales.
Yeah. The second book is called Son of a Witch. And it's about yeah.
Love it. That's
Elphaba
great.
has a son.
Son of a witch. You're a son of a witch.
So it's about Elphaba's son. And then there's there's a book about how the Cowardly Lion and the Tin Man and the Scarecrow, like how they become
Oh,
who they are, and then
Uh-huh.
the last book is about when Dorothy comes and kills her.
Interesting. Okay. I
wow.
didn't know this.
I think that's
Uh,
correct. I haven't read the last two novels yet, but I think that's
Wow,
correct.
that's interesting. I didn't know
That
that
is
at all.
interesting.
Wow, that's really
Uh-huh.
cool. Yeah. Okay, well, Keith, what about you?
I've been kind of catching up. I know it's Christmas season now, but
Yes, it
I've
is.
I've been catching up on some 2024 horror movies that have been coming out lately. I
Yeah,
think Jay, you've seen most of these already. Um,
probably.
Out of the three, I liked all three, but there was one in particular I thought really stood out. The three movies are Heretic,
Oh,
Smile 2,
oh, yes.
and the Substance. And
Oh my God.
like I said, I liked them all. All of them came with high praise. A lot of positive.
But which one stood out for you?
Oh wait, okay. Well, Heretic was a really good start. I think it really started off strong, but I was a little disappointed with. I think I expected more,
Yeah.
not that it was a bad movie. I was definitely like hanging on to every word that was spoken and
Um,
looking and like for little details that never really popped out. But it was an interesting idea. Loved that movie, but
mhm.
the ending was kind of a meh. It kind of ended with it
Mm.
started with a bang and ended with a whimper.
Well, a lot of horror
I heard
movies
that
do
about the
that.
substance.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So,
oh,
all right.
God.
The substance was
The last
one.
third of that movie was
Yeah. The
nuts.
substance had a really good idea, great acting. Actually, all of these have really good acting, to be honest with you. But the substance was one where, man, some people really didn't like the ending because they thought it was too over the top. But
Uh-huh.
um, I am one that I really liked it. That's one that
Well, it was
it
hilarious.
was hilarious, but
You know,
also kind of like tragic too. Like,
well, absolutely, and
got
body
tied up.
horror like you would not believe.
Uh-huh, big
Um,
time, big
you
time.
know, our good friend Kelly Arnold, who's been on here many times,
Uh-huh.
she and I went to see that together when she came to visit for
Right,
Halloween,
right.
and the first two thirds we've just kept nudging each other like, this is so good, this is so good,
Yeah,
oh my God,
yeah,
this is so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Then the last third of it is like, what the F?
Uh-huh. So that's where they're going with this, which again, it's not what I expected, and I thought they would have gone a little less, like maybe toned it
Okay,
down a little bit, or I
there's a
don't know.
movie called Society. Have either of y'all seen Society from the 80s?
No,
Okay.
no, no.
It
Mm-mm.
really reminded me of that because the body horror part of it, the
Okay.
crazy body horror of
Uh-huh.
it, just
Right,
really reminded me of that movie.
right.
Um, I'm just gonna say that the main character, he calls his father a butthead, and at the end, his father says, "Yes, I really am a butthead," and I'm telling you, physically,
Oh,
he's a
literally.
butthead.
Wow. Okay. It does sound similar to this because
Yes,
the
it was
main character
insane.
takes a very extreme change
Very
over the course of
extreme.
this
So,
movie.
was that your favorite, or was
I
that
actually liked, like, yeah, it was. I like Substance. The Substance was one that really stood out to me.
okay? And
Sm
I
Smile.
haven't
go
seen
ahead.
any of them,
Oh, you
but
haven't seen any of them?
I
Okay.
haven't seen any of them, but I will say that I was highly distressed when I realized that Smile 2 was on
Yeah.
Mhm.
Disney Plus.
What?
It was
It's
on
on
what? Disney
Plus.
Plus.
What? Why? No.
I don't know what's happened, but I guess Disney Plus has sold out because
Oh my
there are
God.
some
Oh,
like
big surprise.
raunchy, I mean, like Deadpool.
What?
You know, Deadpool and
Okay.
Deadpool 2
All right, I
and
did see
Deadpool
Deadpool,
Wolverine
On
are on
Disney
right.
Plus.
I love
I-
those movies.
you would
Right.
think
but I
Star
am
Disney
Wars
should
is on
be
there too.
kids.
I
You know, it'd
know.
Disney
be
Plus.
movies for kids. You know, you would
Or-
think.
But
You
this
know,
is the first rated R like horror film that I heard
This
about that was
is
on Disney Plus, but I'm sure there's others.
there might be
this
more.
wow, this is the
I'm
most extreme
really
one I've heard of.
surprised that movie is on there. I'm
Yeah.
really surprised.
Yeah.
I was
Um,
shocked. I was shocked.
Yeah.
Old Walt is turning in his grave, I think.
Oh,
That's
please.
just
He's frozen somewhere. He's fine.
they're preserving his
Cryogenically
DNA,
frozen
right?
in the high hills.
Well,
of
okay, going back to the
some
movie though,
mountains in Switzerland.
I was one that loved Smile 1. I thought it was done really well. The
I thought it
acting
was
it's
good. I thought
acting it's uh-huh.
go ahead.
I was saying the acting in Smile 2 was top notch. I think they did a great job, especially
Thumbs
the
up.
lead actress. And
Yes,
she had a tough part to play. She had
she
to
did.
really show different emotions, and she, I think, nailed each one of them
Yeah.
really well.
I thought the second one was better than the first, actually.
Did you? I kind of thought the first one was a little bit better.
Okay.
And maybe I just need to watch the second one again because I don't know. It kind of lost my attention at some point, and I don't know. Maybe it's another one too where you are built with all this expectation because of all the build up, and maybe it was good, but it didn't really. I don't know. Maybe in my mind I had more anticipation, and the anticipation caused a greater expectation for what to expect, and it didn't.
Well,
really
that can happen. That can happen. Yeah.
Keith,
That's
if
it.
you were gonna give me a synopsis of Smile or Smile 2 without giving anything away, what would you tell me?
Well, this one
Let's hear this.
This one focuses on like an A-list entertainer instead of just like a regular Joe Schmo.
Made it
like
really really interesting, I thought.
So like the lead person is like a very recognizable influencer who's this like very famous musician slash entertainer. She's young and vibrant, beautiful girl. And so you see it, so you kind of see it from her perspective. I just love that smile. I mean, you see someone with that smile,
that
and
little girl that comes up to her with that creepy smile. Those smiles are creepy as heck. Oh my God, they're so creepy.
And you expect that they need to be, especially the top did in the first one.
Yeah.
And there are those creepy moments. I kind of think I just wish that they would be a few more, that they were a little bit more impactful. I thought that I was expecting them to kind of take it to the next level, and I feel like it was more of an extension or just another story of what Smile was. And so I don't know.
It's more of a psychological thriller.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
very much so. Yeah, very much so. Sure. Yeah, it's really good. I enjoyed it a lot.
This one in particular, I think, is very psychological.
Yeah,
which I love too. Like Jay said, I really like that part of it too. So
yeah,
I would highly recommend all three, though. I would say all three. Yeah, I would say.
Okay, let me just say this about the substance. The whole storyline is about how Demi Moore is like getting old, and they need a younger actress. And let me tell you,
so good, man.
Oh my God, she's naked in this movie, and she is. And I'm a gay guy, okay? She's freaking gorgeous in this movie.
I hate to say it, but they didn't really cast her really well because you should pick someone who is a little more on the down. And Demi Moore is not someone that I look at and think, oh man, she's not really aging. She's aging beautifully. I mean,
she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's looking good. Like
this is a gay man saying this, okay? Right. I'm just saying. She is stunning. She still looks amazing. So it's like that part of it, I'm like, I'm not getting this.
But I still feel like the pressures of the entertainment industry was pushing her out.
I get it.
That wasn't enough. Even as beautiful as she was, it still messed with her psyche. It still messed with her ability to see the beauty within herself.
This movie.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, that's all I'll say about it. You got to see it. That won't give away too much, though. Yeah, you'll see.
No, that's not giving away too much. Just saying that you see her naked and she's gorgeous. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Exactly.
She is, and that's coming from from a gay guy. Okay, she's gorgeous. Okay, Demi, you're gorgeous. Okay,
yeah. Okay, very attractive.
So, what's new for me? Oh my God, it was so cute. Sabrina Carpenter, y'all know Sabrina Carpenter, the singer.
Yeah.
Okay, she has a Christmas special on Netflix, and it is adorable, and she is adorable, and she has the best sense of humor about herself. Also, she's just adorable. Anyway. If you want to watch a Christmas special, watch Sabrina Carpenter's special on Netflix. She's adorable. Okay. Also, I rewatched yesterday a movie that I watched. It's from last year. And it's because it's connected to the movie we're talking about this evening. We're talking about It's a Wonderful Life. Well, this movie from last year is called It's a Wonderful Knife.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. We covered that one last year, right, Jay? Yeah, we covered it last year. Yeah.
I think we talked about it last year, but I just got to talk about it again because they're talking about It's a Wonderful Life tonight. And that movie, it is such a great satire of the movie we're talking about tonight. You know what I mean? It has so many. They really did a good job, and it doesn't get good reviews.
Oh, no, but
really, you know.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. Yeah.
After
But it's
seeing
just-
this one, though, I need to go back and rewatch that one again
I'm
to appreciate
telling
it even
you,
more, right?
it is
Yeah.
worth it. It's worth it.
I'm
I
Googling
will.
it.
I will.
I had the-
Shauna, it's really good, man. I really
Oh.
enjoyed It's a Wonderful Knife.
It's a
is that
Wonderful
the
Life
one
is
with,
so much fun.
Is that the one with Justin Long? He's
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
Justin
I
Long.
like-
Yes.
that's such a good movie. I really enjoyed that movie.
It's just so much fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a clever take on the movie we're talking about in a moment. You know, it's just a clever take, and the acting is really good in it. And I just, even though it doesn't get great reviews,
it doesn't.
obviously
I
agree
don't
with
care.
that shit.
Right,
So, you know.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't either.
So that's really. Otherwise, I've just been watching like other, you know, like I just watched when I fell asleep on the couch, which we talked about earlier. I was watching a Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh, classic.
Classic.
It's a classic in itself.
Classic Snoopy, Charlie Brown. You know, I've just been watching around Christmas time. I just watch these classic things. You know, I just pull them all out and just pop them in and watch them. You know, so Charlie Brown Christmas and It's a Wonderful Life, and which we're talking about tonight, and also White Christmas and all that kind of stuff. You know, I watch all that stuff at this time of year. I just immerse myself in all that classic stuff. You know. Also, I've watched like Carol Burnett Christmas specials and just stuff like that. You know, just this is this time of year I don't watch new stuff. I watch old stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It brings you back and puts you into the Christmas spirit. It sounds.
It does.
Like,
it does.
It's
It
good.
just
That
makes
you're
me happy.
Yeah.
And I just got a fantastic T-shirt that has Frankenstein's monster and Bride of Frankenstein in Christmas gear. It's an adorable T-shirt. I just the Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster is in Christmas stuff is really cute. Anyway,
Nice. All right.
I get into old stuff this time of year. I get into
That's
old
okay.
stuff. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all right.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
speaking of, so just before we head into our movie,
Yeah.
I want to tell you about my antique store find. So
Oh,
I think
okay.
we've talked about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Rankin and Bass.
Oh, I've
Stop-action
got those
movie.
characters in my house. Actually, yes.
So I was at the antique store a couple days ago before I was going to go get my facial. And I found three blown glass ornaments of the characters from the movie. So I found Yukon Cornelius, I found Santa, and I found Hermie, the little dentist elf.
Yes.
They're beautiful little ornaments.
Oh, sweet. Hang them on the tree. They're glass
collection.
blown. Oh,
That is
Nice.
awesome. Well, I
They're
have
so
those
cute.
characters in
Bring
my
them, too.
house. I also
So cute.
recently got an ornament. It says it's a green like just like a green Christmas ball you hang on the tree. But it says alien, and there are two alien creatures clinging to it.
I love it.
Like,
Yes.
they're trying to get in your face, but they only got on this ornament, you know.
Still in the Christmas spirit. Love it.
Absolutely. My tree is full of weird horror shit and Barbie dolls. It's really weird. It's really
It's really cool. It's really cool.
Okay, so speaking of Christmas, let's get into our movie, It's a Wonderful Life. Let's go and go to the trailer.
Well, who are you?
I told you, George, I'm your guardian angel.
What is it you want, Barry? You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Welcome home, Mr. Bailey.
Sentimental hogwash.
I wish I had $1 million. Mr. and Mrs. Martini, welcome home.
This is what I wished for.
You see, George, you really had a wonderful life.
Merry Christmas!
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right.
So the movie is It's a Wonderful Life from 1946.
Man, going back.
Yeah, going way back. Director Frank Capra. This is one of his most famous movies. The stars of this film are James Stewart, Jimmy Stewart, Donna Reed, and Lionel Barrymore. A quick summary. An angel is sent from heaven to help a desperately frustrated businessman by showing him what life would have been like if he had never existed.
Good idea.
Okay. This film is based on the short story and the booklet The Greatest Gift by Philip Dorn Stan in 1943, which is kind of loosely based on A Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens novel from 1843. Yeah. Okay. So before we get into it, are either of you familiar with this movie? Were you familiar with this before this?
I was not. I had seen maybe the last 15 minutes like 4 or 5 years ago. So I never seen the first 2 hour 45 hour 55 of this movie.
So you only seen the
I only saw the very
movie?
end of it when he's like running through the town and he gets back.
Oh, okay.
That's the only part that I saw.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah.
So
I love you.
Shawna, were you familiar with this film already, or was it?
Yes, I started watching it every year a couple of years ago, but it was kind of like it would be on, but I wouldn't be paying attention
in the background.
And now I think in the last couple of viewings, I like really sat down and paid attention to it, and it's crushing.
This movie makes me cry every time. I watch it at least once a year at Christmas, and it makes me cry every time I watch it. It just there's just so much feeling in this movie and so much emotion.
Yeah.
Okay. So on Christmas Eve in 1945 in Bedford Falls, New York, George Bailey, he's thinking about killing himself. I mean, literally, this guy is walking up to the bridge and you can tell he's like, I'm going to throw myself in the water and just drown and kill myself.
Jeez, man, must be really down on his luck.
Well, yeah,
Well, what I didn't notice in the first couple of viewings was that it wasn't just he wanted to off himself, is that he was hoping that his life insurance policy would cover the debt that the savings and loan had just accrued because of Uncle What's-His-Face losing that $8,000. So it wasn't just like, I hate life, I'm going to die.
Okay, all right. It was a sacrifice for his family.
I mean, basically, he, and we'll get into it in a little bit, but he's basically thinking the world would be better if I weren't even here.
Yeah. I mean, he struggles psychologically, like throughout.
It's a dark
part of the
premise. Movie. It's a dark premise. It's very dark.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, while he's out, you hear his family and his friends saying, "Oh Lord, please take care of George Bailey. We're really worried about him. I don't know what he's going to do. Everybody's worried about him." So all the prayers of his family and friends, they reach heaven, where a guardian angel, second class Clarence Oddbody, I love the name Clarence Oddbody, he's assigned to save George in order to earn his wings, because he's an angel that wants his wings. Okay.
He's adorable.
Yeah, he really was
cute. That actor isn't that actor adorable? He's so cute. Oh my God, he's so cute. Okay, so Clarence has shown flashbacks of George's life. He watched his 12-year-old George rescue his young brother. They were sliding down shovels on the ice, and then and his brother falls into the ice and it breaks into the water, and he saves his brother. Okay, that's in 1919. But the problem was, when George got in the icy water, he got a cold and it messed up his ear, and he lost his hearing in his left ear. Okay. So he's lost his hearing. We find out about that, that comes up later. George later, little Georgie, he's working for a pharmacist, Mr. Gower, who is a pharmacist, and he's working for him, to make money for the family. And he realizes that Mr. Gower lost his son. His son died, and Mr. Gower sent out some pills, and he realizes that these pills are poison. They're going to hurt this little girl, and so he saves her from accidentally. He saves him rather from accidentally poisoning this customer.
How did that happen? Was he just so depressed and sad that he made a mistake?
Yes, I think that's what it is.
I liked it too.
Yeah.
How like
it was not on purpose. I mean, you can tell it's not on purpose when he realizes what he did and he hugs George.
Yeah.
He's like, "You saved me from killing a little child."
Couldn't live with myself.
Yeah,
I love too how the jar, it didn't say like strychnine or even like nightshade. It said poison. Straight up.
Poison.
I do have to like take a second to acknowledge the little actor that played Little George.
Yes,
he's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like if I mean, I remember having a huge crush on that actor.
On it, yeah.
That
even
little
though
boy,
he was like dead way, long time. But by the time I finally started watching these movies, that kid was beautiful.
He was gorgeous, and also he was relatable and sweet and kind.
Mm-hmm.
He really came across.
I think that's exactly what they wanted for this part too, because they kept talking about how he's such a good guy, he deserves all the best, and he's a hard worker, he's good with other people, and he does show this consistently throughout.
Yeah. I just relatable, sweet, kind. You fall in love with this kid. You fall in love with this kid, and you also fall in love with the two little girls. They're so cute. The two little girls that are friends they're so adorable. And I love when she says in his ear that he can't hear in, "George, I will love you till the day I die. I will love you till the day I die." It was like, "Oh, honey, you're so cute."
Well, that was Mary.
Yeah, that was Mary. That was Mary.
The woman he ends up marrying.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in 1928, George plans this is when he's older. He plans a this world tour before he's going to college. And then he is reintroduced to Mary Hatch, who has loved him since they were kids. When his father dies from the sudden stroke. Oh God. Okay, let's talk about when they go to the party.
Yeah, you can't not talk about the party because there's so much happening there with the pool and the floor. And what is that kiddo's name? Alfalfa from the Little Rascals.
Yes. That's Alfalfa.
Carl
Is it really?
Carl Schweitzer pops up.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the one that turned the key
that
and
opens
opened
the
up
pool.
the floor.
And that pool is still there. That's real.
Yeah.
That building there, it actually still the gym floor will open up and there's a pool underneath the gym floor. It is still there. It's real.
That's pretty fancy for the 1940s, I'd think. That's pretty
right.
Cool.
Oh, that was
Even
like high
now.
technology at that time.
Absolutely.
Dave, did you know that Carl Schweitzer, the Alfalfa guy, like he died when he was 31? He was murdered.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Yeah, he was shot by some business partner or somebody.
Yeah.
It had to do with a bad business venture, but 31.
No. So young.
Mm-hmm.
That guy was so famous then that when people saw this movie, they couldn't believe that it was him.
That was a little bit part. I imagine
that he was doing a bit part, and it wasn't really even featured in like the ads and anything. It was like, oh my God, that's Alfalfa in this movie.
I think he had less than 10 lines or 10 words. He really didn't have a lot to say.
He was not on. He was not on camera for more than 10 minutes, I don't think.
And this was after he was already like a big name and a big.
Oh yeah.
This was after.
If you totaled up the amount of time that he was on camera, it's going to be less than a minute. It's going to be about 45 seconds.
Okay, right. It was only that part where he opened up the gym or the pool floor, right? Opened up.
Well, he was dancing. He wanted to dance with Mary, and then George
and then he was
Mary.
the jealous one. He was the jealous one.
Yeah.
Yes. He was the jealous guy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but like I said, that pool is real. It's still there. It's real. So
Such
that
an iconic
night,
scene.
that night though, George's dad has a stroke, unfortunately. And so George postpones his travel to settle the family business with the Bailey brothers building a loan. So he's kind of stuck back in the city, in the town.
He's stuck in the family business that he was adamant
he's stuck
about
there. He's
not
stuck
being involved in. And I think all of us at some point have experienced this kind of thing where we had hopes and dreams to do A, B, or C, and something
put it on pause.
Yeah,
we had to put it on pause.
Right.
That's life. That's life. It happens.
Life just getting
but our George character, that keeps happening.
Yes.
And I think that's what is really crushing.
That's true too.
It just keeps happening. He has to put his life on hold.
So George, despite Henry Potter, he decides I'm going to keep the business going. I'm going to stay here and keep the business going. And then his Uncle Billy giving his tuition savings to Harry with the understanding that Harry will take over when he graduates. It's like, okay. However, Harry returns from college married with a job offer from his father-in-law, and George resigns himself to running the building alone. So George is like, I'm just going to run the building alone.
That's kind of messed up, though. I mean, I understand things change, but he had committed to coming back, and he knew that his brother was holding down the fort, and he's the heir apparent, supposed to come back and take over, and all of a sudden, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, he even at one point says to Harry, Harry says to George rather, "Hey, I know you've been holding the reins. I'm gonna come back and take over." But George is like, "No, you go do this." George doesn't want to hold him back. George, he's a kind person. He doesn't want to hold him back. Go ahead.
I said maybe he should have.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know.
You knew
or like he has to think of himself and his family too. And if this isn't the right place for him, then it's up to him to make that move and change if needed. But I think also it's about carrying on his father's legacy too and continuing with the business. And the business is really helping a lot of people in the community.
It really is.
House and stuff,
right? It's helping them from being slaves to Harry to Mr. Potter.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So George has a lot of responsibility. He feels a lot of responsibility on his shoulders, not only for his family legacy, but for the town's welfare as well.
This movie is heavier than people give it credit for, actually.
Oh, God,
there's a lot of stuff going on in this movie.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is. George and Mary they rekindle their relationship and they get married. And then they use their honeymoon savings to keep the company solvent during a run on the bank. There's a moment where they're about to go off on a trip, and then there's a run on the bank, and Mary is like, "No, let's use the money to save these people, and don't worry about us. All she cares about is being happy and living there. That's all she cares about."
Yeah.
So under George, the company establishes Bailey Park, a housing development surpassing Potter's overpriced slums. Because Potter has been charging these people ridiculous amounts of money to live in these houses. He's a piece of garbage, and we'll get into that more later. Potter entices George with a high-paying job, but George is like, "No." When I realize, you're just trying to close the building alone. No, I'm going to keep the building alone going. The heck with you, because he offers him, I'll give you all this money, and you can.
It was a lot of money per year too for
back
back in that day.
Yeah,
that's
$136,742.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Okay.
So on Christmas Eve, the town is all ready for Harry, George's brother, to come back. He was a Navy fighter pilot now, awarded with the Medal of Honor for preventing a kamikaze attack on a troop ship in World War II.
Wow.
So his little brother saved the lives of many, many, many people.
Okay, big deal.
Yeah.
He's a hero, a wartime hero.
Yeah. Okay, so Billy, his brother, goes to Potter's bank to deposit $8,000. Which in 2023 would be $135,000.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I was right.
You're all wow.
That's so close.
That's
telling you.
$8 grand. $8
Yeah,
grand.
I'm telling you.
So whenever he was offered 20,000, I think it was 20,000 a year, that must be like half a million a year or something like that a year.
Yeah.
That would have set him and his family up for good, but
Yeah.
at the expense of what? And again,
His dignity
he makes fun of
his
Potter.
morals, his values.
Yeah,
his ethics.
that's a lot.
He makes fun of Potter with a headline about Harry and how what a hero he is and how he saved all these people, and then he absent-mindedly wraps the cash in his newspaper. So Potter finds and keeps the money. Okay, let's talk about this.
When Chris and I were watching that scene, Chris looks at me and goes, I hate this part. This is like the part of the movie that makes me the most angry.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Really?
And this is the part of the movie that people can't believe they got away with, because in that day they had a standard that people that stole things like this did not get away with it in movies. They allowed him to get away with this in this movie. He stole $8,000. He basically stole over $130,000.
Jeez.
And he never gets caught. He never gets caught for it.
Well, that's kind of how things really are in real life, you know. That
it
happens
is,
a lot.
but they didn't let that happen in movies back then. You know what I mean? They were very, very, very serious about no. If you steal something in a movie, you have to be reprimanded for it. There's justice for it.
I was reading in some reviews that back then
the standards they called it.
That got Capra accused of being a communist. Because it's one of the viewpoints of communism at that point, or communists at that point, was to try to turn the popular opinion against people in power of like money and politics, and so that got him labeled as a communist. In this movie, I don't know if like they really like blacklisted him or anything like that, but
they didn't. But we'll talk about more later. We'll talk about that more later. But they didn't blacklist him. He didn't get blacklisted. But anyway.
Okay,
we'll get back to that later.
It was all downhill after this.
So Potter
that was
finds
a really dangerous time.
Oh yeah, it was. It was
as a communist.
Yeah, very, very. The late 40s and early 50s. It was very bad. It was very. It was very tough. It was very hard. Yeah. So Potter finds and he keeps the $8,000. Piece of garbage.
How do you misplace that kind of money in the first place?
How do you not remember that you had it in your hand?
I would not take it out
Billy.
until I am at the teller or right in front of the person. No way, man.
Well, was there? I can't remember, but was there like some kind of not innuendo, but just like suggestion that Billy was an alcoholic?
No, not an innuendo. It was very obvious.
Yeah.
In fact, the scene, and I was going to bring it up later, the scene where he's at the family's house for a holiday celebration, and then he walks, and he's drunk, and he's going home, and then you hear that big crash.
Oh, okay.
That was an accident. That was an accident. He was walking off scene. He was supposed to say, "Bye, I'll see you later." One of the sound guys accidentally knocked over a bunch of props, and it made a huge noise. And he used it. He said, "I'm all right. I'm all right. I'll see you tomorrow." And James Stewart just laughed and went, "Okay." And they used it.
We're gonna keep.
But it wasn't real. It wasn't supposed to be in the movie. It wasn't in the script. The sound guy accidentally knocked over all these props, and the guy playing Billy just went, "Okay, we'll just use this."
It's a keeper. Roll the party.
I love it. I'm all right. I'm all right.
That's great.
Okay, so when he loses the money, he can't recall how he lost it. And then George tries to retrace Billy's steps, and then they realize, oh my God, Potter says, "You know what? You're worth more dead than alive," because Potter stole the money and is pretending like he didn't.
Well, George comes to him for help.
He does.
And that was the thing that George should not have done.
Yeah.
And he
There's
calls
no
the
one else that
police.
can help him. Yeah.
And he calls the police. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Potter calls the police, even though he's the one who stole the money.
Right.
Well, we've already established that Potter's a pile of
Yep,
trash.
garbage.
Well, yeah.
for sure.
Okay, trash is a nice word for it. Okay.
They did a really good job of painting him as a really horrible victim.
Oh yeah. Oh, and he's a really good
Villain.
actor. He was a really good actor. So yeah.
He's a Barrymore.
Oh yeah, a Barrymore. Hello, Drew. So George flees Potter's office. He gets drunk at the bar and he prays for help. Then this is when he's thinking about killing himself. And he goes to that bridge. And before George can jump, Clarence dives into the freezing river, so he rescues him. And when George wishes he had never been born, Clarence shows George a timeline where he never existed. This is the main part of the movie to me.
Yeah. And I think my only issue with this movie is it's a 2 hour and 10-minute movie, and it took 1 hour and 50 minutes to get to this point.
Yeah.
But we needed that.
And there's a lot, obviously.
We needed the backstory.
There's a lot of big backstory.
We needed the backstory.
I just, okay. Now
we
we're here.
The build up.
We made it here.
Honestly, Clarence isn't in the movie, but like, what?
The end, really.
1/16 of the movie. Like, he's only there for
I would
a
agree.
little bit.
I would agree.
That's
I would
true.
agree.
And it's not necessarily just about Clarence. It's about examining this man's life and examining all of the choices that he made and
all the effect he had on people's life.
And the effect that he had on other people.
Yes, that's the main thing. The effect he had on other people's life that he didn't realize he had.
Can it be argued then that this angelic angel from heaven was really just a selfish piece of shit that was just trying to get his wings and did whatever he could to try to get it? No, I'm just kidding.
No, because if he hadn't, given George the opportunity to be deleted, to be canceled.
Right.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
He never would have come to the realization that his life was in fact beautiful and worth it.
That's so funny.
I want to so there was a part, there was a really beautiful little part in the movie early on when we get to start seeing George's kids.
Mm-hmm.
And he finds out that Zuzu, his youngest, is sick, and so he goes, or she's like the second middle. So he goes up, and she's in bed, and she's got a flower, and some of the flower petals fall
petals.
off.
Oh yeah.
Paste this on, and he tucks Zuzu's petals into his pants.
In his pocket, yes.
Kind of comes back in that moment.
Because he knows if he's really himself again or if he's not.
Yeah, so he's
that's
checking,
the evidence.
Yeah. Whenever he's asking Clarence, or whenever he tells Clarence, like, things would be better if I wasn't here, and Clarence said, well, that's granted.
Mm-hmm.
George checks his tiny pocket for Zuzu's petals. Mm-hmm. And that scene was so influential that there's a band from the 90s called Zuzu's Petals. And
what?
There's
No
also,
kidding.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Zuzu's Petals?
Yep.
Wow,
and then,
cool.
Singer-songwriter Will Ackerman also did a song, Zuzu's Petals. There's Zuzu's Petals Christmas lists and all over Spotify.
Interesting, because Clarence was trying to convince him, hey, like this is you now, how things would have been if you were never born. And of course, he doesn't want to hear it all. Like, come on. My ear's better, but that's just, how did that happen? It was the petals, though, I think was like, oh, wait a minute. The petals aren't there anymore. But they were there. So I think that was like the one thing that made it really come to clarity. They
didn't realize I'm not here anymore.
Because he really feels like in the movie you can tell there's a connection between him and that little girl. Like he really loves that little girl.
That scene too was really hard as a parent. It was really hard to see the way he was treating the kids, because he was so frustrated and so worried about the money, and about everything that he'd built was like all riding on this loan,
falling apart,
and it's falling apart, and he knew what it meant. And I know, like, I've had rough days and times when I've like said things that I had to go back and apologize because I felt so bad. But you get in those moments as friends, as people, as family, and it happens as And so I really felt for that moment and the way that he acted. It was like, oh, it was kind of hard to watch. It was hard to watch because
Yeah, when he
the kids were
I'm
like,
sorry about that.
the poor girl was trying to play he's like,
Yeah.
stop playing it. And then he's like, I'm sorry, you realize it. And when he tried to apologize, it wasn't enough because the girl was so moved or so affected by the way that he spoke to her. But it's good though, because it's good for parents and people to step back and to think about how our words, the way we speak to others, can affect others, and how it can change the way that we feel about each other. It's important to
Absolutely.
and to learn from it too. And so,
yeah, I would argue
Nice.
that part in the movie is, I don't know what you call it, the denouement. Like it's like the top.
Yeah.
It get the top of the hill when shit's just happening and everything breaks down, and then it's, you know, the journey's downhill after that. I would say that was the pivotal moment when things turned for him and he ran.
Because his family was his like stronghold. That's what his backbone, his foundation that kept him going. His what is it? His motivation of what kept him being the good person that he is and trying to help other people. His families is everything. And once that started to fall down is when I think that is kind of the moment that he really started to consider, what about life without me? Maybe I am better off dead than alive.
And talking about that, so now in this new world where the angel has brought him, Bedford Falls is now Pottersville. It's this, and it's a really unsavory town, occupied by sleazy entertainment venues and callous people. Mr. Gower, his boss, was jailed for manslaughter because George was not there to stop him from poisoning that little girl.
Oh, right.
So that man is like, he's like poisoned forever, George's mother doesn't know him. Uncle Billy was institutionalized after the building alone failed. And Bailey Park is a cemetery now. Instead of houses, it's just a cemetery where George discovers Harry's grave, his brother's grave.
Because of that, right? Because his brother died too. All those people died because he wasn't there to save them.
Yes, exactly.
Even
exactly.
That happened.
Exactly. All the troops aboard that transport ship, they were killed because he wasn't there. Harry wasn't there to save him because George wasn't there to save Harry. Then he finally, oh God, and when he sees his mom, it's so sad.
When he walks down the street in Pottersville and sees that everything is a club and it's like just debaucherous and
seedy.
It's so sad.
His heart is broken. And then when he sees his mom and he's just completely crushed.
Oh, his mom is so harsh and so who are you? Get out of here.
But he was never born, so there's no reason for her to
why should she know him?
Yeah.
Right, but that is.
And then he finds out that Mary is an old maid librarian, quote, which is very old movie-ish, but anyway.
Old maid librarian.
Yeah. But when he grabs her and declares to be her husband, she screams and faints and so
and then he hops in the cab with Bert and is tailed by the police officer Ernie.
But Bert and Ernie, did you notice Bert and Ernie, by the way?
I did not. Did
you notice Bert and Ernie? That's where they got Bert and Ernie, y'all. That's where they got it.
Is that really where Bert and Ernie came from?
Yes.
Oh, way, really? Sesame Street. Oh, night. Okay.
I've been. Chris also helped me, or like started to. I was watching a Muppet Christmas Carol yesterday, and Chris was telling me about.
I have that on disc. I have it on disc. I watched it a couple days ago. Yes,
Christmas classic.
He was telling me about the two old men Muppets.
Yes,
named Moot. Is it Moot and it's like after some tariff.
I'm not sure about their names. I don't know their names, but they're famous. The two old men up in the balcony that are always griping about the show.
I can see him.
Jim Henson was just kind of a genius, like where he pulled his
kind of a genius. He was a genius. Yes.
Okay, but we're not talking about Jim Henson, so I'll stop.
Not right now. We can do that some other time. But anyway. Oh my God. Okay, so George at this point, he's like, oh my God, he races back to the bridge and he begs for his life back. And all of a sudden, it starts snowing again. And the policeman comes up and says, hey, George. And he's like, you know me? Oh my God, I'm back. He realizes that I'm back.
Well, and then he sticks his hand down his pants and pulls out the pedals, I think, too, right?
Yes, he finds Zuzu's pedals.
Yeah, that's
and his lip is bleeding again. Yes.
That's
his lips bleeding
connection
again.
back
His
to the
ear is
world.
not working. His car is still knocked into the tree as well.
Yes. He ran his car into that tree, and the car is there again. There's my car.
And I think this is when he's like, okay.
He's yelling hello to everybody, and everybody's, hey, George, and they all know him now. They know him now because before this, during that moment, that sequence, nobody knew who he was. It's like, who the hell are you? Meanwhile, Mary and Billy have rallied the townspeople, and they donate more than enough money to replace the missing money.
Oh, well, even his friend that owned the plastic factory was going to donate like $23,000.
$25,000, he said, yes.
Which he should have just given all the money with that money, should have just given everything back to all the people saying, thank you so much. It really is heartwarming to notice that. And then just take that money and, of course, give it back. But going back to what you said about Potter never getting caught, this would be a great time to hey, all the policemen have to file out because Potter was caught with an $8,000 surplus in the books or something like that, and then I don't know, that would have been really satisfying.
That would have been satisfying.
Get what he deserved.
Yeah,
but honestly,
Potter's assistant who was there through the whole thing, knew what was going on. If Potter's assistant had ratted him out, but
that would have been great too.
But that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is everybody rallying around him and supporting him, and just being.
I was crying at that point. I cry at that point.
I watch this movie at least once a year, and I cry every year. I'm not kidding you.
It goes back to the saying where you don't know what you have until it's gone. And I think after you realize this is what my life would be without everything, that it's so important for me to be here and to be part of it. And I think you realize that at the end.
What I love is his little brother Harry arrives in town and toasts George as the richest man in town. And he is the richest man in town because richest doesn't mean money.
That's right.
It doesn't mean money. It's beautiful. So among the donations, George finds a copy of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, a gift from Clarence, the angel.
Sitting on top of that stack of cash.
Exactly. And it's inscribed. It's inscribed. Remember, no man is a failure who has friends. Thanks for the wings. So Clarence got his wings because the whole thing was, when you hear a bell ring, an angel gets his wings, and
sure enough,
when a bell on the tree rings, Zuzu says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. What everybody's singing Auld Lang Syne, and it is just the most. I swear to God, y'all, I watch this movie once a year at least. And I bawl my eyes out every time I get to this part.
I always feel like that song is kind of a sad song anyway. It's always, you always sing it in a time of year where there's change in the air. It's a new year.
Oh, God.
And that song
Do you guys even know what that song means?
I don't.
I have no idea.
I don't know what Auld Lang Syne means. I
have a hard time even saying it.
I know that when I sing it with friends, I feel emotional because I'm so happy to be with you, and I feel and here we are another year, and I'm happy about that. I have no idea what the words mean.
Okay, I did a little Google. It's actually Scottish. Scottish song, and it is traditionally sung to bid farewell to the old year at the stroke of midnight on New Year's Eve.
Okay, so that's just goodbye and let's start again. Okay,
goodbye. Okay. Let's start over. So it sounds like Auld Lang Syne is like Celtic.
Oh, okay.
It sounds that sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to the movie, a little background. You know the scene where Donna Reed throws Mary, she throws the rock through the window.
The house, yeah.
Yeah, she actually did that.
I thought so. She had a good arm.
Yeah, well, that's it. She used to play baseball in high school, and she had a good throwing arm. And they hired somebody to do it, and she's like, "I don't need you." And they filmed her throwing it, and she did it. And they literally gave her applause. They were like,
Oh,
"Wow,
really?
okay,
chunk it, nice, very cool."
I told you about the scene where Uncle Billy's drunkenly leaving, the Bailey home, and and you hear the crash, and actually that crash was actually an accident. I already told you about that. James Stewart was really nervous about the phone kiss. He had not been when they kissed. When they were, she was on the phone and they kissed.
Oh, that was such a sweet moment.
Well, he actually had not had a kiss scene since he'd been in the war, and he for some reason felt really, really uncomfortable about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they filmed it in just one unrehearsed take, and it worked so well that Frank Capra, the director, he's like, "We don't need to redo that. That was just so real. That was so sweet. That was so real."
They were a really good on-screen couple.
Weren't they adorable together?
Super believable.
Yeah,
the chemistry was really.
I agree. I agree totally. The only other thing background I have is the Raven. Remember the Raven that was always in the office?
Oh yeah,
because Uncle Billy had all those exotic animal pets.
Yeah, he walk in with it on his shoulder and stuff.
Well,
he had a squirrel.
Jimmy, the Raven's name was Jimmy, and he was in all Capra movies after 1938. Capra said, "I have to have this bird in every movie because he's my good luck charm." So that was Jimmy the Raven.
Good luck, Raven. Okay.
Yeah. Although it was nominated for 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, it got mixed reviews and was not really successful at the box office. Well, and actually, before this, Capra was like a really popular director, but after this movie, they were like, "Oh, that movie didn't do very well. He's not really, However, in 1974, the copyright expired, and they were able to show it on channels like TV channels everywhere, and that's when people started watching it like every year at Christmas, and now it's become a Christmas classic. It's it is recognized by the American Film Institute as one of the 100 best American films ever made. It's number 11 on the American Film Institute's greatest movie list. A couple critics, because almost all the critics loved it. Karen, God help me with this, Krizanovich, I think I've got it right. She writes for Little White Lies. She said, "There's sex and death here, elation and depression, hope and despair." And then Simon Gallagher from Screen Rant said, "Frank Capra's classic is a perfect movie, and almost 80 years on, Jimmy Stewart's masterpiece has lost none of its magic." So,
okay.
IMDb, get this, 8.6. That's high for IMDb.
8.6 is like on the verge of perfection by IMDb standards.
Right? Isn't it right?
That is extremely high.
I'm really excited about this. Rotten Tomatoes, tomato meter, 94%. Popcorn meter, that's the audience, 95%. I'm finally a man of the people.
They're both high scores, though. So critics included liked it. Yep.
It's okay. So Shawna, would you recommend this movie?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And so I was reading one of the trivia pieces that Cary Grant was originally slated to play George Bailey. But I think if that had happened, the movie would not have the feel that it has.
There's something about James Stewart that is so relatable.
Right.
Yeah,
Cary Grant is just untouchable. Like he has that beauty gorgeous. That's untouchable.
Yeah,
and it just doesn't
Cary
feel
Grant's
real.
gorgeous. He doesn't feel real. Yeah,
right. No, I think they casted Stewart in the perfect role for this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very likable. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I
He's
agree.
an everyman man.
He really
And
is.
so-
He really is.
I would highly recommend that everybody make this a part of your Christmas classic watching experience from now until you
Annually.
die.
Every year. Every year.
Every year.
Okay. Keith, I have a feeling I know the answer, but would you recommend this
All
movie?
right, so this is definitely a Christmas classic. I felt like it's a little take 30 minutes off. Is that too much to ask? An hour 40, hour 45. Does it have to be 2 hours, 10 minutes long? And when you ask, like, well, then which part would you take? I don't know. I really don't know, because you are right. There is a lot of backstory, a lot of build up. There is everything included. Like,
Yeah, what are you going to take out?
right,
I mean,
it's hard. It's hard to decide what to. So I get it. It's a good movie. It was a little long, but I have to recommend it. It is.
I'm glad to hear
an
that.
instant classic. Yeah,
I'm glad
for
to
sure.
hear that. Keith, you know me. I like movies that are 90 minutes. I like
Right,
90-minute movies.
exactly.
But there are certain movies that you just can't
And
subtract from. You know,
everything was right about this movie. Everything was right about it. I just felt like it did not. The time
less of this man in his existential crisis.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe it's because there's a part of me that dreads this in my own life or something. I don't know. I just want to get through with it so we can get some closure. I don't know,
Maybe that's the accurate observation to make here, is that
okay,
this is like
maybe
emotionally
this is it's personal. It's
hard. It's too
it
can feel too
it's
close
hard.
to home.
It's hard. It hits close to home. Shauna,
but I think it hits. I think this movie would hit everyone close to home. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
There's just parts of it. It's like you just can't help but relate to him and what he's going through. And
I agree.
You know, yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
Sure.
It's just I swear to God, I've watched this movie like 3 times in the last couple of weeks, just because I'm so in love with it, and I was getting ready for the episode, but also I just love this movie so much. There's so much love and joy in this movie, especially the last scene. The last scene just makes me cry every time I see it. It makes me bawl.
It is an iconic Christmas scene too, especially
really
like the Zuzu's quote about the wings, and
every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
You hear that everywhere, every season or every Christmas season. You hear that.
It's
and
so
that's
gorgeous.
Part of it. It is.
Oh my God, I'm so glad we got to talk about this, y'all. Okay. Contact info. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find the podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Prime, wherever you get your podcasts, wherever you catch your pods. And wherever you do find your pods, please subscribe to us and leave a rating, hopefully a high one. But if not, let us know what you don't like. We'll talk about it. What's really fun is the more people that subscribe, the more people join the party. And that's what's really fun about it.
Yeah, that's it.
So please contact us. We'd love to hear from you. Okay, so next time, and it's going to be the new year.
Yeah.
Well, in the new year,
the first movie of 2025. What do you got for me, Jay?
Okay, Keith, we're going to do from 1951. We're going back to the 50s, science fiction, from Ray Wise, The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Okay.
A classic.
Because it'll be a Trump presidency, and
let's not even. Well, we're not even getting into that. We're not even getting into that.
Inauguration Day. The day the Earth
is this
stood
like
still.
an old classic horror style movie?
Classic science fiction.
Science fiction. Okay, so not
classic science fiction with a classic robot that I will send you a picture of, because I've got my friends gave me a little miniature of it.
Cool. Oh, cool. Okay, nice.
One of the most famous robots of all TV history.
Of all history,
really?
Yes, one of the most famous robots ever. And I have one that I can wind up and it will walk. So I'm just telling you.
All right, I'm I'm doing the earmuffs over R2, D2, and CP3O's ears right now. I'm just kidding.
No, this is a famous robot. Wow. Very famous. We'll talk about that next time. Okay.
I'm looking forward to it already. Let's go.
Meanwhile, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. Shauna, thank you so much for joining us for this.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And I want to thank you both.
again.
I'm not going to go into details, but we had a little delay in recording this today, and
we
I
will
thank you
remain
both.
flexible, of course, anytime, buddy. It's always fun and always nice having Shawna on. So we always having her back.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, it won't be long. It won't be long. So Shawna, thank you so much, and to both of you, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I hope y'all have wonderful holidays.
Likewise, my friend.
Until next time, I'm Jay Bullington.
And I'm Keith Carcino.
And I love you both.
Oh, we love you too, sweetie. And I want everybody that we love to keep watching movies.
Bye-bye. 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 Okay. Bye-bye. Okay.